There was a time, I mean, a couple of years ago, it's like an atmosphere open in my house where I mean, I've had experiences with like things I'll do this on another video. But it just but angels, I must stick to angels. There's more stuff than just angels in heaven. There's different type of angels. But those will be from another video. But um I'll talk about my guardian angel since I wait for so long to talk about him. My very first, I mean, I saw him as I'm looking at the screen right now, and I'm looking at somebody right now. That's the way I saw my guardian angel, face to face. And I went to sleep. I went to sleep, and when it wasn't a dream. I went to sleep, and I felt like I need to wake up. So I woke up right in front of my bed, because he's hearing this now. He's everywhere. Right in front of my bed was this giant, beautiful brown man. And I mean, he was just a really big man, like big man. Like you would think of him as like a bodyguard or something, like somebody that that like a bodyguard. Like you don't want to mess with this man. But he looked gentle. He didn't look soft, he didn't look rough either. He looked gentle. And his face alone is like he's smiling without smiling. And he was so big. I had to like blink my eyes, kind of like zoom him out so I could see the whole, image of his face. And beautiful brown skin man. I mean, I mean, a beautiful man. I've never seen anything like it. And I saw him. Instantly, I had this knowledge that this is my guardian angel. No one spoke. He didn't speak. He looked at me. But when he looked at me as if like he didn't smile, but his face, like, when people, he had like a welcoming face, but stern and strong, but yet like gentle, like I'm your friend type of thing. But I had this knowledge, this is my guardian angel. So my eyes is open. I am seeing him. He is seeing me. He didn't fade away. Nothing happened. I knew he was my guardian angel. So I looked at him and I smiled. And in my mind, I didn't have to speak because, angels, they don't have to open their mouth. Even when you see Jesus, he doesn't open his mouth and talk when I see him. Most of the time, he's, it's just a knowledge that happens in your mind, stuff. And I saw him and I said in my mind, oh, that's my guardian angel. And I smile at him. I was so happy to see what he looks like because I didn't know what he looked like. And then, when I smile at him, I don't know, like time, I don't know what happened with time because it was an introduction. I don't know how long he was there for, and I don't know how long I looked at him but I remember that's all I said. And then, but I was at peace with it. I was so at peace with it. I lay down and went to sleep. And that's how I met my guardian angel. And after that, I saw him other time, but that was my very first time I saw him with my eyes open. I saw him in the flesh. I mean, brown skin man. I mean, he's just a beautiful brown skin man. He looks like a human being, but he's an angel. I didn't see him with wings around that time. He just looked like a regular man. His chest was big. I mean, tall, like like he looked like a bodyguard. He looked like a bodyguard. He looked like you don't want to mess with me with him there. And that's the stance he takes. Every time I see him, that's the stance. He doesn't play around and he's serious, but yet when I look at him, I see love. I see patience. I see him smiling. I see him as like he guards over me because he's my guardian angel. So that's, he's doing what he was put in my life to do. And he doesn't even want me to talk about what I'm even saying right now. He doesn't want it. I've tried to talk about these angels for years now, and I have not been able to. I'm surprised that I'm actually getting through it. Because I just will have the feeling like, ooh, don't talk about him anymore, because they don't want me to talk about them. Angels doesn't want me to talk about them. They want me to talk about God, talk about the Holy Spirit, because it gives them work. They love to worship. They love to come in and worship with me, and we're worshiping God, and they love doing that. So when they are at the forefront of things and I'm talking about them, they just don't like that. And just like if somebody talks about you all the time, and then they something that we should be giving honor to God, we're like, oh no, that wasn't me, that was all God, praise God. They feel the same way. And then, but this guardian, this only have one guardian angel, but I have a lot of angels around me. This guardian angel, the second time I saw him again was that he, I went into a vision. This time I didn't see him in person. I saw him in a vision. I was having this vision, like a trans vision experience. It feels like I was really there. I mean, vision, you could sit there and just see things. You're like, wow, what a beautiful vision. I actually saw myself. I was in a place in heaven. I was somewhere. I almost as if like it's like a trance. I'm here, like I'm talking right now, and I got taken up somehow, some way. I was in my room. I'm always worshiping on my couch, and I was in my room, and then just got taken up. I was somewhere in heaven. And when I was just sitting down, and I was in this beautiful place. I mean, I really cannot explain. Like, this place was just beautiful, and I was there, and the first thing I saw, my guardian angel at the full view of my eyes. Like, he's just like right there, like bam, like he is at the screen of my eyes, but above. But I see him in a different form, on a different way. This time, when I first saw him, I didn't see his wings. I saw him as a man. This time, he still looked like my guardian angel, but he had an armor on. Talking about like Ephesians 6, put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to withstand the wall of the devil. So I saw him. I mean, you just don't want to mess with this man. But glory be to God, because he's working for God. He's a servant just like we are. He's working for God. He's guarding me. He's doing his job, for my life. So he is at the full screen of my eyes, and I see him right there. He had like a long machete. I mean, the machete he put in like in his pocket there. In the movie how they have like a place where they put their like their gun or something, but it was a knife or machete that goes from like there, and it goes all the way up. It's from here, and then it goes all the way down to his like hip or something, and like he's like this, like with a stand, and then his wings was just like, oh, like it just stuck to, I mean, he just like, you would know, like, this is territory, like you just don't cross that unless you go to him, type of thing. And he had his machete. I mean, it's not like I'm from Haiti, like like he had a big, I've never seen a machete so long, and he had it, and he stands, and his wings was up, like, but he was brown, the brown golden wings, beautiful wings, and he had like an armor on, and he stood up. He stood in the sky, and he's watching over me as I'm sitting at the bottom, like almost like a ground somewhere. I'm standing low, and he's at the top, like he's there, like he's there, and nobody else can say that they don't see the angels. He's like right there, brown wings. I mean, his wings open up like stuff that you see in, like, I don't know, like it just like a warrior type of thing. And he just stood there, and he's guarding it, and he's up there, and I see him, and then, okay, I know who he is. And this might really shake some people. And then suddenly I saw a whole bunch of angels coming to meet me. And I mean, I saw so many different angels. I saw like the one gave me like my first and my the first thing I saw, I'm gonna read my notes here. The first I saw a whole bunch of angels coming toward me. I mean, they will bring me gifts, different gifts that they will bring me. I wrote them down, so I'm just gonna say them. Some things I won't say because these are things that needs to come to pass. So I won't talk about some of the stuff they show me or even told me. One of them gave me a book, a little book. And I don't know if it was a little book, but it was a book that one of them gave me. One of them gave me a big scroll. I'm gonna read it because I wrote it down. It's a very thick roll of scroll that he gave me, or the angel gave me. Those angels came. Some had wings and some didn't. But most of these didn't have wings. They look like human beings, like you and me. They just came up to me and started giving me gifts. Big scroll, very thick roll of a scroll, and another one gave me a torch, and within the torch there was fire in it, and another one brought me a globe, beautiful globe. Again, I wrote down, I saw the giant man. That's that's my guardian angel. And then I saw a fiery lion. I did a video about a lion visited me here, so check out my video. But this one was a fire lion that I saw. I had angels that came and gave me like a golden feather, like a gold feather that they brought and just placed it in my hand. I had to look up to see what all this stuff means, because sometimes you just don't know. And then I saw like a body of water, under the throne of God, like under the like the like I don't know. There's a palace in heaven, a palace where there's different things that happen under the palace, or like you would call the throne, like the big palace. There's a palace in heaven. It's a kingship place. There's a lake that goes underneath it. I don't know if it was that lake I saw around that time, but I did see a body. I've seen different bodies of water, different places in heaven. There's different stuff that's coming to my mind right now, but I'm gonna stick to the angels. But I saw like a water. It was in a place that I was in, and then I saw white feather angel fell down and then fell into the water. And it just kind of like it made the little sound like boing, like that, and then it just like laid there. And then more angels started to come, and they giving me gifts, different angels coming and telling me. Right around that time, I didn't know that I was supposed to ask them for their names. I would have done that. Most of them I didn't get the name. I got the names later, because I found out that I need to just like think, because you see these glorious things, you don't want to talk, you don't want to ask any questions, you just want to watch, because it's just amazing. They just look, they look beautiful, but they look like human beings. And they came and they gave me different gifts. And I remember this angel that came, she's full of gold dust. I mean, she had gold dust all over her dress was full of gold dust. And when I saw that angels after this encounter, oh man, I was blessed beyond measure, financially stable. I was doing good. I was running a class. I was moving in so much power. But I'll go back to the angels. But I still, the Holy Spirit was so sharp, and it's still sharpened now. But when you are interacting like that so heavily with the heavenly host, oh man, you just see heaven on another level. And this angel, she had like a dress, like kind of like robe dress, gold dust everywhere, gold dust. She walks, there's gold dust. And she came and she gave me a little bag full of gold coins. Oh my goodness, full of gold coins. Around that time, money began to multiply. I would put like $20 in my closet. Every time I go in the closet and grab the $20, it keeps multiplying. It becomes from 20 to hundreds and thousands. Me and my husband and our children, we were traveling, doing different things. People thought we had money. I lost my job. My husband was the only one working and wasn't even making any money, but the money began to multiply. Every time I go in the closet, we had thousands of dollars just spending. And it was just amazing on how we were able to do different things. I was able to do, travel and do different works for the Lord, and he provided, and he still continued to provide. But around that time, when I saw that angel, angels of provision, like a little sack, but they were like a sack, but the gold coins was inside, and that's what she brought to me. And when she gave it to me, she turned around and she walked away. And there were other angels that came, and there was an angel that brought me a blue globe. The globe was just blue, and I know that's like going throughout the whole world. And then another angel came and gave me a white globe. It was just a beautiful white globe, and that kind of startled me, because I'm like, okay, I know the one with all the colors, the different, that's the whole world, but when it's pure white like that, what does that mean? And I had angels. There was an angel, because I love to write music. I'm a musical sound. I love music, and I didn't know that I had a angel a music angel. He kind of looked like what people call like Cupid or something like that, with a little love arrow. That people say that, but these are angelic, angels. But he sings, he took the flute and he sings. That's what he does. He sings. So that tells me about my gifts of singing. I love to sing. I love to sing. Around that time, I'm still writing music, and stuff like that. So he came by, and his gift to me was the music. He was playing music. That was his gift to me. And then there were a whole bunch of angels, and I'm just like, oh man, I wish I asked everybody what their names were, but I didn't. I didn't know, but I was just so in awe about what I was seeing, the angelic realm, and just all these different angels coming to greet me. And some of them just look at me, and they brought me stuff, like gold substance. So I think there was one that gave me a key. There's different things, but later on, as time progresses, I would talk to the Lord and go to the scriptures and figure out why I had them. And while all these angels were greeting me and talking to me, my guardian angel never left his stance. He was just up there watching everything that was going on. And then suddenly, all the angels interacting with me. I mean, they weren't talking, and if they were talking, it was up here. I understood what they were saying. I understood what they were giving me. Everything, like knowledge, was like at my fingertips. I had knowledge. I know everything. There was no confusion about what was going on. There was no confusion where I was at. There was no confusion whether they were of God. I knew they were of God. I knew I was interacting with the angelic realm. I knew where I was holy. Like all these information, you just know. You just know that you know. And suddenly, with all these angels there, suddenly all the angels part, and they made like an open space. And suddenly I saw this other angels coming toward me. But this angel was different. This angel, I didn't see his face. I didn't see his skin, because everybody else, they look like human beings. But this one was his body was shaped like light. He was all full of lights. It's like a person that is shaped of light. You could see through him because he's clear. The most, I mean, beautiful color, clear. Like I don't know, like you can't really. It's like, you ever see like a beautiful still water, but it's so clear you could see. Like, you ever see the sea that you could see at the bottom of the sea, and how the water is so clear and white? Like, he was like that, but he wasn't water. He just clear, that color, and he's walking as if like he was a light. He was like a person that was shaped of like a body that is shaped like a person, but his body was full of light. And as he was coming, the angels part ways, and I could tell that he had, I don't know if he had wings. He was full of lights, but I knew that he had to be of an angel of authority, or of angel in high ranks, because all the angel give him respect. They didn't worship him or anything like that. They just move out of the way. They give him respect, just like they didn't intervene with my guardian angel that was guarding me up there, and he had his stance like that. They didn't intervene with him. They let him do his thing. So when this one was walking on the ground, he wasn't up. He was walking on the ground, walking toward me, and the angels part ways, and then he walked toward me. When he walked toward me, for the first time I spoke, because I felt like for some reason, like, it's just a knowing. I had this knowing that I needed to ask him, well, who are you? What is your name? And when I asked him for what his name, he told me his name was Gabriel. Some people might really fall out of this one. They might really like it, but he did. He said his name is Gabriel, and he came to tell me that, like, I don't want to get teary eyes because I don't even talk about this. He told me that he told me that I was going to go all over the world. And when I go, he was going to come with me. And when I pray for women that cannot bear children, will be able to conceive. That when I go, when I'm praying, he's going to be there, and he's going to go out there, and he's going to be with me during that time. The white globe the previous angel gave me was for the same thing. The angel said is to be able to pray for people that can't bear children. Because remember, she said that not in word, but in my mind I could hear she saying that. The angel that gave me the first white globe, that I was gonna be able to have, pray for women to have children. But when Gabriel came and told me his name is Gabriel, and that when I go oversee, and when I'm praying for women, that he was gonna come with me. Even when I'm saying this is so beyond my own thoughts, my own mind, that even me, I'm like, wow, like when is that gonna, when is that gonna be? When is that gonna happen? But he told me that. He said, when I go out there in the world, he was gonna be with me, he was gonna travel with me. And when I pray with women that cannot have children, they will be able to have children. That's what he said. And I was just, I didn't know what to say. I just remember thinking, well, this is what this means, because I've been having a lot of women coming to me, they can't have children, and I'm praying with them. And I didn't understand why, sometimes the prayers, at the time, that was 2020, at the time, it wasn't happening as frequently as I would like to. Sometimes I pray for somebody, they'd be like, oh, actually, it wasn't even happening at all. Because I was praying about that. I was praying, praying that God will help women to be able to have children, those that cannot have children, or if they have issues, women issues and stuff like that in their bodies, that I can pray for them to get deliverance. And that was one of the stuff I was asking God for. And he said he will be with me when I go out there to do ministry, to be able to help me in that department. And when he said that, let me see if I could remember. And then after he said that, I began praying for women, because I know what he said was, when I go overseas, when I'm traveling and I'm praying with people, he was going to be there to help me with that. Like to help me with that. I keep saying the same thing because I can't hear myself. I don't even know, because this is so still surreal to me that I had this encounter. And I'm, my tears are so close. But and I said, and when he was in front of me, we had a moment, because I was thinking about my prayers to the Lord, and I was thinking about, like, man, I didn't even know you needed, certain things for that. Like, I just thought you pray for somebody and they receive, their healing, or they can't have children, you pray for them and they'll be able to bear, children. I was having that thought in my mind, and I'm trying to remember what else okay, so after he said that to me, he gave me the globe, and he told me why he was giving me the globe, and why he was giving me the globe, and how he was going to be with me when I go overseas and travel to do ministry. And just the same way he came, and the angel still stood on the other side. He turned back and went back the same way he came, and then he just disappeared. He was gone. And the whole time, my guardian angels he never moved. He just stern. He's watching everything. He knows everything what's going on. He's right there. And the other angels, they were still coming and interacting with me and bring me more gifts. They kept giving me gifts. Like it could be feathers that they give me. Some of them give me like a pin feather, white feathers. Some of them keep giving me gifts. There was one that gave me like a box. Within the box, there were like gold stuff inside. Just miracles was happening. Like, people were being healed. I would pray with people, they would get healed. I had oil coming out of my hands, oil dripping out of my hand. Just amazing things was happening with me. And it just, I just praise God for it, because they don't even want me to talk about all that stuff. And after he left, and I'm like, wow. Like, in my mind, I just met Gabriel. I met him. I mean, his demeanor is like, I mean, he doesn't have to say, like, he came, even though I didn't see him in the flesh, I saw him in the form of light, but he looked like a person in the shape of light. Like, but he walked with authority, and everybody seemed to know who he was, because they got out of the way, and he came and he gave me the message, and then off he went. He came and then turned back around, and I could see him turn and go. And to say what he looks like in skin, I couldn't. I would draw like a light, a man that is like a light. That's what I would draw of what he looked like. And he was very stern with his words. Like, again, I didn't see his lips, but we talk up here. He's very stern with his word. Everything he said was confirmed. Like, this is what he said, and that's it. Everything was like this and this and that. And then, very loving and gentle, but yes, stern. And then he left. Like, even like me talking about this is like, what? Come on. This happened. And then this other angel came to me. This one, still in the same room after he left. The angels were still coming to me and greeting me. And this other angel came, and she came and greeted me, and she looked just like me. She looked just like me. She dressed like me. I mean, she doesn't dress like me. I think she dressed better than I do, but she looks like me. She kind of like this, like with her hand in her hip. Sometimes I do that sometimes, but she looked just like me, and I thought, man, she dressed better than I do. But she looked just like me. That angel. There was one time we were going through so much in the house, and my husband, we were doing a prayer meeting, and that angel and I went into a trance. A trance, it's like it's like a vision, but you are in the vision. It's like I'm here right now. I go into a vision within that I'm talking now, but I'm actually somewhere else doing activities and doing different things, and then I come back and be like, wow, I wasn't even here. Like I just like my spirit left. This could really blow somebody's mind, but yeah, we were praying and we were having a hard time praying in the house, and then I saw myself. I'm looking into my house, and I saw the same angel that looks like me. She goes outside of the house, opened the door, and she screamed. She said, "Get out!" Because they were like demonic attacks we were facing, and when she said that, there was a wind that came and blew within the home, and then the prayer just opened up and we were able to pray right through. And then afterwards I told my husband that I saw my angel, and she stood in front of the door and she screamed, "Get out!" And then there was like a wave that came through the house and broke the atmosphere. Believe it or not, this happened. So this might really stretch some people. This might really, 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 really stretch some people. So, but after my, encounter with Gabriel, I've not gone overseas yet. I am getting ready to go to Israel. So, we got to go to Israel first before you go out throughout the whole world, but Gabriel said he'll be with me. So I'm looking forward to these adventures with him, and along with my guardian angels and all the other angels that are with me. And stuff. So and since then, I wouldn't say, I go down the street, I see people and I pray for them and they're like popping up babies left and right. I mean, if that, if this happened now, my goodness, I'd be so joyful. I'd be so excited that the Lord is using me in that way. But he did say that he would go overseas with me. And when I pray with women, when I'm out there doing ministry, he would be with me. That was his word. So that's what he said. But I am seeing it being manifested on a smaller scale right now, but I'm seeing it happen because I see people, and I told this girl, I said, okay, she wants to have a baby. I said, I see you having a baby very soon. As a matter of fact, 9 months. I see 9 months you're gonna have children. You're gonna have a baby. 9 months. Within a few, I think a month or so after that. She said, oh, I don't think I had my period. I had my period already. I don't think I'm pregnant. Within a 4 weeks to 6 weeks after that, I found out that she was pregnant. So sure enough, in 9 months, she's gonna have a baby. Another girl, I saw her, and I don't know. I saw I was like, "Oh, you're pregnant." She's like, "No, I'm not." I'm like, "Yeah, you are." She's like, I mean, I just this information just come into my mind, from nowhere. Obviously it's from heaven, because there's a knowing that you know that you know. And I said, "You're pregnant." She's like, "No, I'm not pregnant." 6 weeks later, she came to me and told me, "Well, I have a news. I got to tell you something." I said, "What?" And she was sad. She was sad. She's not ready. She's like, "Well, I found out that I'm 6 weeks pregnant." Exactly the time I told her she was pregnant, she was actually really pregnant. Yeah, she just, and that it's a sudden pregnancy. Just so sure enough, she got pregnant. So it's happening. And there was a woman that I saw, and I said, and I saw her, and it was a woman on my job, and she walked in, and I saw her. She was pregnant. And then I opened my eyes, and when I kind of blinked, and I saw that she wasn't pregnant, but I just saw her pregnant. I saw her with a belly, and she's holding a stomach. And I walk up to her, and then, I didn't know I didn't want to, bother her, and I'm like, I just saw in the spirit that I mean, I don't need to be disrespect or anything, but when you walked into the room, I saw a baby bump. I saw that you had a baby bump. You had a belly. And she almost fell. She held my hand, and she, she's a nurse. I'm not a nurse, so she didn't want the other nurse to know she's talking to somebody that's not a nurse. But she was so shocked by what I said, she almost fell. So she held my hand, and we went to sit down. She's like, "Why did you say that?" I said, I don't know why I said that. You walked in and I saw that you had a belly, but then I blinked again and then I didn't see a belly. So she's like, And she was almost in tears. She said, I've been praying to God to give me a child. She said, I'm about to get married with my husband, and we've been praying for a baby. Once we get, we're gonna get married this in a couple of months, and we've been trying. We're trying to have a baby, and this is confirmation about what I've been believing for. She's a Christian as well, and she said this is confirmation, and she was just so she was so nice to me after that, praise God. And she was just, and since she saw me, I had favor with her, she wanted to hang out with me, and she told me about everything she was praying, to God about. And there's no way I would have known that she was praying that God would give her a baby. And this is something that I saw. And she's like, well, when do you think it's gonna happen? I said, I don't know, but I saw that you're gonna have a child. You're gonna have a child, and I don't think it's gonna be long. Soon you're gonna have a child. And and every time I saw her, and I'm like, yep, you're gonna have a baby. I just don't know when. She's like, when? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not getting that information yet, but you will have another child. So that happened. Let me see. So things like that are happening all the time. I see people, and I just see pregnancy. Let me see who else. I'm believing for somebody else right now to have a child. I said, you're gonna have a baby, because I just, it's annoying. And I think, not that I think, I know all this started happening after my encounter with Gabriel, that I pray for women, and then other people come to me and said, wow, in your ministry, you're going to pray, you're going to have a ministry, a woman ministry, where you're going to help women, with, women issues with different things. I have a lot of people that prophesied that into my life. And the group I had, they were all women that I was praying for and believing for, all women. I think there was only one man there, and he came with his wife. So, and that's just the people that's been, that God sent me, are women that are facing a lot of, oppression, hard stuff, whether it's husband stuff, children, feminine stuff. And I would pray for them, and and they would find deliverance. But the baby thing is happening a lot. I tell people they're gonna have a baby and they get pregnant. So yeah, if I, if the Lord showed it to me, if I say it, it comes to pass. It comes to pass. Yeah. So there's just so many times I can't think of more now, but so many times I've told people they're gonna have a baby. There's a woman that, she said, she's trying to have a baby. This was a few months ago. And I said, what you talking about? And I see that you're having a baby. I wouldn't even be surprised if you're pregnant right now. So I got to check on her to see how that is going, because I saw that she was pregnant. I saw that she was already pregnant before she, so I'm waiting to hear on that. So, all of that had to do with the experience I had with Gabriel. And it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. And, and I'm women everywhere. If I go somewhere, women and keep about me, and they want to talk to me, and we hang out, we laugh, we pray, that's just what my ministry is going to be. Mostly women. There's going to be a few men, but mostly women, and stuff like that. So it's just amazing.